Welcome back to Questing Beast. I'm Ben. Today I'm going to be taking a look at a large map that I made recently for one of my YouTube viewers, actually. He asked for a large map that had 3 continents, 1 large island, surrounded by smaller islands. And I was pretty much free to do what I wanted with that. So I'll give you guys a tour of what I came up with. So this is the overview of the whole map altogether. As you can see, there's 3 large continents. I spent a long time on the coastlines getting them to look right. It's always been the trickiest thing for me to get the continents to look interesting. I did try and give hints that there were tectonic shifts going on, that these continents kind of fit together. Not precisely, but generally, because things shift over time. And I think I was fairly successful with that. You can kind of imagine how it all fit together. So let's look down here at the bottom continent. This is really a jungle continent for the most part. You can see that there's 2 mountain ranges, one on the right and one on the left. And there's a large river system naturally emerging from these mountain ranges and flowing down through this valley out to the ocean. And the valley is completely forested, so it's essentially a jungle. This is a bit like the Amazon. On the edges of this continent, it's more barren. A lot of the rain and clouds are blocked by these mountain ranges, leaving other parts of it drier. Up here we see the large island, surrounded by an archipelago of smaller islands. Again, I try to make sure that they look like they fit together fairly well. They weren't just random shapes, although they had a personality of their own. Higher up here we see the northern continent, as I'm calling it. I'm imagining that this is a colder region. I imagine the topography to be similar to Skyrim, I suppose. People there are more Nordic. Lots of cold mountains, a number of patchy forests, some plains, intermittent rivers, but cold and somewhat forbidding. Over here we have the main continent. We have a small archipelago at the bottom, sort of going south. I like archipelagos. Someday I'm going to do a large map that's just islands. I find that a lot of fun. So we have the main mountain range that kind of goes up the center of the continent. It has some branches leading off from it. And this one I kind of imagined as the central continent that most of the civilizations, the European-ish civilizations, were based in. So there's a number of different environments. It's mostly temperate grasslands, scattered forests, but there's some drier, colder areas. Maybe the forest up at the top is more like a taiga that's frozen a lot of the year. And we have a small lake over on this side. Don't have very many lake systems. I tried to keep the scale on the small side, by which I mean I meant try to keep the mountains and features and things like that smaller to give the sense of size. I didn't include an actual scale. I'm just going to leave that up to the viewer I'm making this for. It's hard to actually determine scale. That can be fudged at will, really. In any case, there we have it. There's the map. It doesn't have any named features. The world doesn't have a name. The mountains don't have a name. He asked explicitly for it to be untouched land, that he can have the players in the RPG that he's using come and colonize it and name it for themselves, or name it whatever they want. Or maybe there's other secrets hidden in there that I'm not aware of. I'm curious to see where it goes. So there it is. Thanks for watching, and check back later for more videos.